Welcome to Poetry with Shing, where we uncover the beauty behind poetry. The poem of this week is The Tide by Sarah Kay. It is a part 2 continuation from 2 weeks ago. What are your feelings as you read the poem? How has the poet created these feelings in you? As I read the poem, the strong message on female empowerment stood out to me and invoked a hopeful feeling within me. At the same time, the humanization of women and dehumanization of men painted a provocative image that allowed me to gain greater insight on the harsh realities of our society and deeply saddened and angered me. Female empowerment resonated throughout this poem, igniting a hopeful feeling within me. The repetition of "you can" throughout nearly all the stanzas in the poem provides a choice for women, instead of an imperative. The presence of a choice is also indicated in the last stanza, with the last line of "it is realizing you have hands," with hands being a symbol of choice and agency a woman has in her life. Choice ties closely with empowerment and defies the notion of subservience which is often associated with meekness. With choice, females are empowered to decide for themselves instead of being coerced into something they do not want. The poet presents the strength of a woman through the addition of these lines that connote choice on the woman's part, despite painting an image of gender inequality throughout the poem, symbolizing gradual shifts in societal mindset towards gender equality, giving a hopeful feeling within me. Furthermore, the poet presents the idea of dignity, where a woman ought to be respected and respect her own dignity through the lines "you are not the poem," or the punchline, or the riddle, or the joke, indicating how women should not be broken down, much like in a poetry analysis, or made fun of, like in a joke. The poet's reference to the importance of dignity in that line signals female empowerment and the ability for a woman to respect herself and be respected, leading to a hopeful feeling of further improvements towards gender equality to come. At the same time, the humanization of women and dehumanization of men painted a provocative image of society that deeply angered and saddened me. The ability of men to deceive reflects an inhumane feature of men, indicated by how the poet says, "do not mistake eyes for windows." The imagery of windows implies how men are misleading and able to deceive women through putting up a false front of love for the woman. The poet rebuts the famous phrase, "eyes are windows to the soul," as it is clear that men's eyes, according to the poet, are not indicative of their inner thoughts and feelings towards women. The humanization of women is indicative of how society and women themselves need to be reminded that women are to be seen as humans too. As the poet writes, "You are a woman, skin and bones, veins and nerves." Through fleshing out the physical attributes of women, the poet seeks to humanize women. However, the line "you are a woman" is deeply saddening, as although the poet is showing that women should be treated as humans, the pronoun "you," that the reader herself is a woman, indicates how destructive gender equality has become, such that even the victims of gender inequality have accepted their place as lesser than men, and thus they need to be reminded of their rightful identity and place. Overall, the poem reveals the poet's anger and feelings of unjust living in an unfortunately still patriarchal world. Her feelings echo mine, yet I remain hopeful of further female empowerment to be developed in the future after reading this poem. Want to hear another poem being analysed? Comment the name of the poem and poet below. Bye bye!